The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Because I don't know if this boss fight is going to happen in the same way that I had envisioned it, I'm going to play this boss from this.
Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I'm your host, Anirudh himself, and with me here, the guy who forgot to say PMDMGM.
It's me, Muhammad. It's easy to forget to say to address Anirudh by his full title when you are eating cold fries.
Ah yes, cold fries, a special part of a balanced breakfast. Brought to you by NPR. Apparently that's the voice I'm doing right now. It's going to be an interesting artistic decision as to whether or not I leave the lip smacks in or not.
Oh, wait, yeah, I don't have a noise gate on. You can hear all of this.
Yep.
I am not recording off of my usual setup, and so I don't have the same, effects on the mic, and you can hear everything.
Oh, joy. Speaking of joy, well, actually, probably wasn't. Last episode was an interesting trip that, on reflection, pretty good. You gotta say, pretty good. That's a good question. Let's throw this out there right now, even though it won't matter. Will Brock Purdy be a thing when this episode comes out?
When is this episode slated to come out? This is episode 21, right?
This is slated to come out. Let's actually confirm this. 1, 2, 3. This episode is to come out the Tuesday after Super Bowl. Nope. Is Brock Purdy the highlight story the Tuesday after the Super Bowl?
Yes, but not for the reasons you expect.
I'm worried by what that answer means, because based on that would mean that Philadelphia doesn't make it, which would be very sad for me, for him to be the story but not the story. I don't like this idea. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm aware.
No offense to Brock Purdy.
I said it.
No offense to Brock Purdy, but I hope his story ends.
If I can't go to the Super Bowl, you can't either. That's the rules.
I mean, hey, wait, that's a one-way street. Yeah, no offense to Brock Purdy, but I hope his story ends next week. This week, I'm rooting for him with every fiber of my being. I pray Brock Purdy turns into like prime Joe Montana and just.
And then next week.
And then next week turn into a turkey. But this week.
Sure, he could turn into a turkey. Doesn't change the fact that you're facing down a high dragon of C-Mac, Debo, George Kittle.
Yeah, but we've got our own. Do we have our own version? Yeah, we have our own what'd you say? C-Mac, Debo, George Kittle. We've got our own Miles Sanders, which probably isn't there. AJ Brown, which is definitely on par. And then Dallas Goedert, criminally underrated. So.
Also very much underperformed this season.
To be fair, Goddard was injured for a third of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He's not.
That's my guy. What you talking about? We got Devontae Smith. We got Dallas Goedert. We got AJ Brown. We got Quez Watkins. That's just catching guys. We got the giant killer. We got Jalen Hurts, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. I'm supposed to say Andre Dillard for some reason. Yeah, sure. Andre Dillard's on the team.
When I listed 3 all-pro level skill position players, and your retort included offensive linemen, you already lost.
Hey, who's gonna block? Look, Brock Purdy can do all he wants. If he gets sacked by Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, all 3 of those guys, by the way, with 10+ sacks. And I'm missing a guy. That's Josh Sweat, I think, is the 4th one, with 10+ sacks. And we have Darius Slay.
Direct snap to Steve. All right, the solution? Brock Purdy never touches the ball. Direct snap to Debo, flips it back to C-Mac, who throws it to George Kittle.
But that's where Darius Slay comes in. If you don't get sacked by the 4 guys that are chasing after you, Darius Slay or James Bradbury come in, or Kazir White on the linebacker side.
I'm sorry, one of them is they're covering George Kittle 1v1 in coverage against a C-Mac dot Remember, he's thrown a touchdown this season.
Yeah, but I think the Eagles punter is throwing a touchdown this season. Like, actually, I don't know if that's the case. That's probably not the case.
Touche.
But still. Anyway, all right. No, we don't need football talk here. That's not the right show for this. This is Not a Scratch, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon TTRPG Actual Play Podcast. I said most of those words. Where chaos reigns and we go to the future and the past, but this time the future. And for more on this, we turn to senior correspondent Kyle Latrico. Kyle.
Trevor. Oh, I don't feel like talking about the weather right now.
What do you mean?
What I want to talk about
probably.
is these fries. So while I'm munching on these fries, you could tell the people about the weather.
But the weather thing is in your contract. That's the whole reason why we pay you to. We don't pay you to talk about the fries. We pay you to talk about the historical, recap.
Well, listen. You pay me to show up and talk. Am I not talking? I'm talking. You can hear me. Ask the audio guy. Look, is my mic picking up noise? My mic is picking up noise. I'm talking.
He is nodding that you're picking up noise, but it's not the right noise, right? There's certain noise that we need and certain noise that we don't need here.
Well, is the audience liking it? I think the audience is loving it. Isn't that the whole point?
Well, actually, we can't really tell if the audience is liking it right now. I mean, it's
no. Just look at them. Look at them, Trevor. They're loving it.
No, yeah.
They're eating it up. They're eating it up like I'm eating these fries.
All right then. Talk to us about the fries. I guess. How were they?
Cold.
That's great. Thanks for the recap. That's Kyle Latrico, everybody.
I'm glad you went with that as far as you did.
Honestly speaking, if we
That's
just
the second time I've done that. That's the second time I've done that in the past 5 episodes.
Guys, if there's a future episode where it's literally just the daily show, don't be surprised. This is not a scratch.
Long story short, Anirudh's doing the history lesson this time.
Yeah,
I know I'm the king of the recap, and by my kingly decree is to see what Anirudh can do.
Hello, last time on Not a Scratch. Insert clips here. Thanks for listening to Not a Scratch. Okay. See, I could do that. I won't, but I could do that. Last time on Not a Scratch, it was an interesting episode where Hoopa had frozen everybody in time with the exception of recruit folks, and after a brief stare-down, card-flipping scenario, sent Kyle to the future, Adam to the present, which we'll find out what that means, and Sandoran to the past. Kyle in the future shows up in a portly town holding a card of Tapu Fini from the legendary deck, Manaphy staring into the ocean, and after a brief exploration period there, decides to walk on into the ocean. And apparently they can walk on the ocean, so they're doing that, following Manaphy's dreams of whatever those are. That's about it. It's a lot more interesting than it sounds.
Yep. We played a whole game show last time. If you're interested, you can check that out.
It's weird because the recap doesn't really reflect how good that last episode is, but it's one of my favorites. So you should check that out.
If you enjoy puzzles, me being confused, or Anirudh coming up with really insane ideas out of thin air, listen to last episode.
Highly recommend there. Muhammad, anything I missed?
Was there anything you overlooked? Not particularly.
Great. Without further ado, let us dive on in. It's funny because you in the ocean. So dive on it actually.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I cannot believe, because you threw that out there because it was like a funny, obvious joke, and it took me a second.
Oh, probably.
Oh boy, this is why you don't have cold fries.
Yeah, cold fries.
This is why you invest.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you invest in a toaster oven air fryer combo.
Yes, very important.
Anirudh, write notes. Toaster oven air fryer combo. It will change your life.
Toaster oven air fryer combo. I actually wrote that down in the red book. I don't know what that's gonna do, but there you go. It's official. Toaster
oven air fryer combo. All you gotta do, right? Let's say you either you have some food from home, or you went out for Indian food or something, right? You got leftover masala and you got some naan. You throw the naan in there. Now it's nice and crispy, nice and warm, not soggy. Now you're living.
A brilliant idea. As is your
I say
idea to walk into
that's
the ocean.
literally like a third of what I eat. It's great.
It's a brilliant idea, as is the idea of you walking into the ocean as you've done right now with a tapu fini on your shoulder and a manaphy in your backpack.
Not into, onto. There's a difference.
That's true. You are walking on the ocean, making sure that you walk fast enough so you don't sink. Because right now it's feeling like very, very slow moving jello. How long do you think you want to walk?
As long as Manaphy is pointing out there.
Gotcha.
Manaphy is the one in charge. If Manaphy had legs, Manaphy would be walking and we'd be following.
I need you to roll for me a tough roll.
I'd like to think I'm a pretty athletic guy, you know. Kyle, he'd been hitting the gym. He'd been, working out, getting some cardio in. Rolled a 7.
Very quickly, you notice a couple of things. One, Manaphy is not budging. Right now, Manaphy is effectively acting like a compass. So, if you were to be like closer, Manaphy would start probably pointing like down or something, saying like X marks the spot. Manaphy has not budged an inch in the past X number of minutes you've been walking, suggesting that the location that you're walking to is far away. And two, you're noticing that as you're walking, the water sinking thingy thing, it's getting more and more impactful. If that makes any sense.
And I'm at the point where I can either turn around and get back to land safely, or just continue walking into the ocean and not get back.
Correct. The decision is up to you.
Yeah, let's do this smarter. Let's turn around and go back.
All right, Manaphy is disappointed but understands, seeing as Manaphy's head is now currently on top of the water as opposed to being like another foot higher.
Yeah, I had shifted around my backpack before. I had been wearing my backpack backwards and had Manaphy sticking out in front, pointing forwards. And now I shift my bag around and Manaphy is like, what gives? And then I start walking. And Manaphy's just ocean. Reaching back for ocean. No, not no. Do.
Yeah, Manaphy gets a real deep voice out of nowhere. But yes, you quickly return back to.
I had a real nice resonance with that dude. I'm not gonna lie. I noticed that resonated in my skull. It was great.
But you return back to this port city, back on the docks now, with Manaphy understanding but frustrated all the same that Jill was over there and couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm. And there's still nothing around here that could help us get out there, right?
Not on the dock.
No boat.
No boats.
No boats nearby.
Nope. I mean, all you've done right now is stay on this dock. You could walk into the city and see anything or anyone is there.
I'm invisible. Might as well take advantage of this invisibility and go around, cause some mischief. I mean, find some answers.
Sure. So you head on into the city. As a reminder, Tapu Fini is still on your shoulder, kind of just looking around, vibing, basically.
While still keeping this air of fog around me.
My idiot self nodded. Yes. Yeah, you can see me nod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yes, the fog is still around.
Random aside, what if we just step it up for Arc 6 and go full video podcast?
Let us know in the comment section down below. That may or may not exist. Video? ?
We could do it.
We could.
It could happen.
It could possibly happen. Who knows? Anyway.
Spotify supports video podcasts. We have no reason not to.
Yeah, that's true. I could start posting these on YouTube, something like that.
You already edit these in a video editing software.
Yeah. They're technically exported as a video file. It's just an audio specific video file. But
it's a video file with just a black screen for 45 to 95 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm between you and me, and I say you and me as an audience, and me and you as well, Muhammad, I guess. I have all the old templates and all the old episodes sitting on the storage thing. I could crank those out. Get daily Not a Scratch episodes for roughly 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just old episodes, but yeah, let us know. Idea? No? Yes? Maybe? Who knows? Anyway, you walk more into the city as you look and see more and more of this portly town. Yeah, it's not going to be hard to find. You see the name of the town as well.
Ah, the name of the town is posted somewhere. Give
There's a
me
giant sign.
10 seconds. Oh, wait, I don't have a map with details on this side of the region, so I'm not going to know if this is the name I'm looking for. Do I have the name of, like, the principality where this town is located?
Not on. Well, would it be there?
Or, like, the state?
I think it would be there. Yeah.
Okay.
So you are currently in a town called The Edge.
The Edge. Oh, boy.
The Edge. You're in a town called The Edge as part of the Fluvius state.
Yeah. Yep. Sweet. All right. I'm exactly where I thought I was. Cool. And there's no way for me to really go off the edge here, is there?
Doesn't look like it, at least.
No boat. No weird like flippers. No.
Nothing visible as far as you know. There's a bunch of buildings, and you could always walk into those and see what happens.
Just mill about. Yeah. But I mean, no buildings that stick out, I assume. And still no sign of Hoopa.
And still no sign of Hoopa. That is true.
It's weird because Hoopa said, I'll fight you in one of these locations. Like, I'll take you on in one of these locations. And Hoopa's not exactly showing its face. And I have not seen anyone else around, have I?
You haven't. And in fact, you haven't, and things are still quiet, calm.
Does it look abandoned, or does it just look like everyone's home?
You would go the latter. It looks populated, just no one's outside.
Weird. There's nothing like weird in the sky, right? The sky is normal.
The sky has a bunch of fire. No, sky's normal. Bit cloudy.
Yeah.
Nothing too weird.
Okay. Because I want to get out to where Manaphy wants to go. The problem is we can't get there. And I don't know if Tapu Fini can help us get there. And if Tapu Fini can, I don't know if that's the best use of our card.
Fair point.
Because, like, what can Tapu Fini really do? Like, yeah, you guys are doing the right thing. Keep it up.
Sorry, I just want to. I was reading because I've been reading through Tapu Fini's biology report on Bulbapedia. I love how, like, I was just reading through it as you were like, what can Tapu Fini do? And the very first sentence of the third paragraph is, as the guardian of Pony Island, Tapu Fini can freely manipulate water and gains energy from ocean currents.
Oh, right. It is a water type.
Tapu Fini, to use a religious comparison, could be Moses, just parting the seas.
Could also just, like, can manipulate the currents. We could just ride the waves.
Yeah. I mean, you have noticed the one thing that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, the one thing that I mentioned is that, like, water seems not to be flowing as fast because, like, splashes don't splash as much. Everything's all weirdly solid but liquid. So the waves don't really exist.
What if we just go back out to the docks and I'm just like, hey, Tapu Fini, you want to just, like, zoom us to where this one's pointing?
That would be your request, but you could do it.
I know that would be my request, but I see no other way to progress.
Okay, if you want to go with that.
I'm like half questioning it, but, like, I can't think of a better. There's definitely gonna be a moment, either this episode or next episode, where I'm like, man, I wish I had Tapu Fini. But, like, I'm never gonna get to that moment if I don't do this. Like, I have no other. There's nothing to work with here, so we zoom.
Cool. Just for confirmation
or
purposes.
more accurately, turns to Tapu Fini. We zoom? Question mark.
Tapu Fini looks at you and basically asks, like, is this your actual request? Is this your final request?
Do you have a better suggestion?
That's your job, not mine. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right. I would like to request that Tapu Fini.
Yeah, word this carefully, otherwise I'm going to throw you in the opposite ocean or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm thinking out loud. This is not my request. So I want to zoom over ocean I want to zoom over ocean wherever Manaphy or I choose to go, and well, not just there.
Okay, sure. Not just there, sure.
Well, because obviously we got like it's like, all right, zoom to Kyogre. Okay, bye. Boom. Like, no. Got to get back, you know? And also, maybe we get distracted. Maybe we need to go elsewhere. But, like, I can't put a time limit on it. Can I put a time limit on it? Can I just say indefinitely? Maybe.
Can you say indefinitely?
Maybe I put a very loose time bound on it. Like, until we have dealt with the big threat that Hoopa has. Or until we are freed from whatever dimensional warp Hoopa has put us in. Maybe that's what I say.
I will say this for
Maybe.
indefinite. You could theoretically say indefinitely. However, that would mean you could never draw a card again because the previous card is still in effect. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or maybe I just say until I draw a new card.
But you need to wait 24 hours after the previous
After the
effect
effect is
goes
done.
before.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so maybe I say, hey, Tapu Fini, would you be able to? The request is to manipulate, the waves and the water, so that we can very quickly, very quickly, very quickly, travel across ocean water specifically, until we're freed from whatever Hoopa's dimensional warp that he has us that it has us in is.
okay, is that your final confirmation?
You've nitpicked something. I don't see it. Yes.
Okay. Tapu Fini asks, okay, please put the card over your head.
Over my head. Okay.
Cool. So you take it out of your pocket, put it on top of your head. basically.
Kyle takes the card out of the pocket of the bag and just holds it over his head slightly questioningly, like looking at Tapu Fini like, what's happening?
Out of nowhere, the card that you're holding kind of floats up on top of you. A rain cloud appears and just dumps water on you. Then the card kind of falls back into your hand that's still up there. You now have the ability to go on ocean currents until you escape from, quote unquote, this Hoopa dimension thing.
Well, that is not exactly what I said.
True. I'm paraphrasing here. But
That's not exactly what I said. I didn't say to, travel on the currents. I was asking if Tapu Fini could manipulate the currents to, push us along. Was what I was asking.
yeah, that's effectively what's going to happen.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
Something to get lost in translation here. All right.
Yeah, the Tapu Fini has given you the ability to manipulate the currents for your own convenience.
Sweet.
Until
So
escape
can I just
void.
like vroom?
Basically, yes.
All right. Kyle's gonna take the backpack, take it off, turn it around, put it back on backwards. Manaphy is pointing out there and says "do," and Kyle says "do," and they run and they zoom.
Kyle, you're a fast Kyle. You're a fast Trico. Tricos are pretty fast. You've seen some fast Pokemon in the day. Nothing, and I mean nothing, and with all echo and nothing. I don't know how echoing that was. Nothing.
That worked. That was perfect.
Nothing can describe, replicate the feeling that you have right now. The moment that you basically, I think what you do is like literally run off the pier as you're like running into the water.
Yeah.
The moment you step foot in the water, it's like if you're running on one of those sideways escalators in airports. Just zoom, you are off.
The moving walkways. Yeah.
The moving walkways, yeah, exactly. Just you ever like walk on those and then just watch other people as they just zoom past you walking outside of those walkways?
Mm-hmm. On a fully unrelated note, I saw I think it was Wired video where they were testing out some company in Pittsburgh made some shoes that basically are just moving walkways on your feet, and you just walk super fast.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're like $2,000 to $3,000.
That's amazingly expensive.
Oh, of course it is. Anyways, yeah, we zoom.
You are flying practically on this water. You're already, in the brief period of time it took for you to have this conversation, confirm with me all those details, you're already past the point you were at previously. Like, just off.
I assume that like in 5 strides, the town is like a speck in the distance.
You can't even see it anymore, but you're still going. The fishing boats that were by you are just poof, they're already behind you at this point. as you keep going. You are going to the edge.
Now in my head, I just have gas. Gotta step on the gas. Has Manaphy angled at all?
No, Manaphy is still Manaphying.
Wish move.
I want a new ruler. Where are they? Here we go.
How far off the edge are we talking?
So, remind me what your speed is normal.
What my speed is normally?
Yes.
15.
15, you said?
Yes, 15. No, 50.
You're not 5-0. You're not 5-0.
Yeah, 47 HP, 19 attack, 22 defense, 20 special attack, 21 special defense, 50 speed.
Dang, that's amazing. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that fast without, also getting some bulk. I broke the system somehow. I think I haven't been taking my defense points. But you're not going to penalize me for not taking points, are you?
And now you get debuffed. You're now back at level 1. And Hoopa shows up and goes for hyperspace hole or whatever it's called. And just immediately destroys you. Game over.
GG. And that's the show.
Thanks everyone for... Okay, so 15 is your speed normally?
Yes.
Cool. So 15 means that you can travel 15 units on land. You are not traveling 15 units. You're not traveling 30 units. You're traveling 60 units an hour.
Just 4 times speed? Really? That's it?
You're on the water as well.
Dude, but I'm riding the ocean currents. You know how fast ocean currents are?
Not that I'd get... Also, you're going the opposite direction as the ocean currents would normally go, because they go towards the land, and this is not going towards the land.
I manipulate the currents. I just reversed them.
That's still...
Okay, I reversed them like the spinning of a toilet bowl in Australia.
Frankly, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, so you know what? Forget it. You're going 240 units.
Yeah, now we're talking. I honestly was just... I was just hoping for 10x. That's all I wanted.
What would 10x be? 10x?
150.
Yeah, 240. 240. I gotta do the math based on my head. That would be... Cool. You're going 240 units. So, in 7.5 minutes...
nice.
You are now at the deepest area of water. Basically, everything in this area is, hey, if you, the water level is farther than we want to go.
Yep.
And now that you're here, finally, Manaphy kind of like starts pointing downwards.
Manaphy is now pointing down?
Manaphy is now pointing down, yes.
Okay. I have the ability to manipulate water and ocean currents, right?
Correct.
Can I bubble?
Yeah, you would kind of be manipulating water currents to like
bubble? Can I bubble and then hamster ball and drive the currents with my drive the hamster ball with ocean currents to
Yes, you're effectively. I think the best way to describe this is like creating a really, really small air pocket, a la like a hurricane underneath you and above you, and that just sinks like an elevator. Is how I'm describing it in my head. Yep. But yes, you can manipulate ocean currents to go down.
We're gonna beat Kyogre. We're gonna beat Kyogre. We're gonna beat Kyogre. Wonder if he'll eat us.
Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to this episode. Episodes normally come out weekly, so be sure to follow, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. Oh boy, recently it's been rough, but hopefully, I've been working with the team. We've got a schedule in place. Now I need to stick to it, but there is a schedule in place, which is already better than where we were previously. So if you've enjoyed the episode, want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends, share us with people that know how schedules work, and then direct them to me so that I can relearn how to do that, because it'd be hard sometimes with the real worlds and all that. Yeah, it's fun. You can leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into the community and give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. I do have one request, and that is if your review is about the scheduling of episodes, we got you. Crossing our fingers here, but we got you. You can follow us on Twitter at notascratchcast or email us at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you got cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We've got a Discord, we've got a website, both of which update frequently with all sorts of fun new gadgety items and a bunch of new investments, intriguing opportunities. I'm overselling this, but also go check them out because they're pretty cool as well. Also, there's merch. That's part of the website thing, but check that out. We want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi remix, and Mystery Dungeon Time Gear remix. And we want to thank Tabletop Audio for Quiet Cove, Down by the Sea, Neon Drive, Sunken Temple, and Into the Deep. We also want to shout out our Patreon members. That's right, we have a Patreon where you can get extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including at least one new fancy item per week, regardless of the tier, which is an interesting new development that I've been able to set up. You can get special behind-the-scenes looks of what goes into the games, early access to episodes, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show right here, right now. Thank you to our Patreon members, Ginny, Ursa93, Eli, Damon Liger, Simon Palawakin, Lord Toffee, Benetril, and Fennec. Please let me know if I pronounce any of those incorrectly, by the way. It's been a minute, and I gotta learn words again, so thank you for your support on Patreon. For more information, check out the links in the episode description or contact us on Discord or Twitter now. Rather than continue with this midsection, because it's already been going for a couple of minutes, and you want to meet Kyogre. I wonder if he'll eat us. Insert famous philosopher Muhammad here. And so you sink down. I'll let elevator
Shout
style.
out Steve from Blue's Clues, man. Absolutely.
You head on down elevator style. You're not going nearly as fast anymore. You're no longer going 240 units. But you're going down the elevator. Just ding. And you reach your stop effectively, as Manaphy is no longer pointing down, but straight again, into a cave.
Ooh, a cave? Under the water?
Oh, an underwater cave.
This doesn't ring any bells. Let's go.
As you walk in, it starts to ring some bells.
What?
You get vague recollections of the ancient days of a month and a half ago or so, when you and a certain Fanfi went digging for treasure in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it actually does bring memories back.
Yeah. I was talking about this does I was sarcastically saying this doesn't ring a bell for me personally. I was thinking about Hoenn underwater cave, Kyogre.
Oh, but it also does.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
As you're walking / swimming inside / ocean currenting inside, the area looks remarkably like where you got Manaphy's egg from, which is an interesting note.
Fun little parallel.
No need to go through a dungeon here. We're not going to go through that far. As you explore the cave,
I will zoom through it anyways.
Basically, you cut through all of the different pathways in the area until you reach what can only be described as an open room of water. You're still underwater. There's actually rocks above you, so it's quite literally like if a giant room was filled with water.
Okay.
And sleeping in the back is a giant blue whale. Now there's a few of them, but this one is blue and has red lines and has giant eyes and is definitely not Wailord. So
yeah. Something tells me, is Kyogre bigger than Wailord? I don't think so.
I don't think so. So it's smaller than Wailord.
Somehow, not so menacing. Kyogre is. I'm just gonna go off weight. Now this is, I assume, you said red lines, so this is not Primal Kyogre. So
yes,
we are looking at only 350 kilos. While Wailord is only 400. So
I didn't realize it were that close. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Primal Kyogre is listed as heavier, but much shorter than Wailord.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kyogre, presumably, you can sort of guess this. Kyogre in the back, asleep.
Sleeping.
Sleeping, yes.
Is Manaphy just pointing right at Kyogre?
Basically, Manaphy just wide-eyed, like Manaphy's just met their idol. staring at Kyoka like, you.
I think Kyle's just gonna like turn to Manaphy, just like, you want to go say hi?
You? Just confused now.
We could say hi if you want to say hi. We don't have to just sit here and look.
Manaphy's now hiding in the back like, I don't want to go meet him.
See, okay, Manaphy doesn't want to wake Kyogre up. But Kyle doesn't want to be the one to wake Kyogre up. And Kyogre is is this like a deep slumber? Like, does this look like a hibernation?
Yeah, that would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah. You don't wake up a hibernating bear. That is how you get eaten. Because that thing wakes up and is hungry. What to do? I don't have anything particularly helpful here. I also still have this red key, but it's not applicable here. I have the golden mask. I can recruit Kyogre to my side.
That's an idea.
Is there like a wall that Kyogre or that Kyle could just like knock knock? Mr. Kyogre, sir. Mr. Kyogre, sir.
I think you could probably do that. Sorry, I'm trying to
Knock knock, Mr. Whaleman. Like I can't think of a better solution here because I don't. The solution is not to go up to Kyogre and poke until it wakes up like a small child, because that's how you get eaten. And Manaphy doesn't want to do it. So Manaphy's not scared of Kyogre, is it?
No, I think if you wanted to describe Manaphy right now, it's shy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, I think Kyle's gonna knock on a wall, clear his throat, try those things, see if Kyogre wakes up gently. This isn't even where you wanted me to get last episode, and it took a lot to get us here this episode.
Hold up. I'm trying to look something up right now. I apologize for...
No, you're good. Anirudh looking up. How angry does a bear get if you wake it up mid-hibernation?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was just going down the wormhole of things, trying to figure things out.
I opened up the YouTube app in the meanwhile, and the first video, you're gonna enjoy this. The first video on my recommended is from a VGC creator that I started following. His most recent video where I made the most annoying Garganacl team. So there you go. There's your Garganacl team.
Fun. Yeah, YouTube's just listening to us regularly. What was the last thing you said? Sorry, I blanked on everything you said basically when after Kyogre showed up.
Yeah, Kyle is gonna attempt to find gentle ways to wake up Kyogre because Manaphy is shy.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me performance, I guess.
That
is cute.
Oh wait. Oh. Woo! I was like, that's a bad roll. It's because I rolled a d12.
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
Okay. Well, that's not much better. 8 plus 1, 9.
You said you were gonna try to knock, if I'm remembering correctly, right?
Knock, clear my throat, something.
None of that works, but
None of that.
you do hear sounds approaching.
Approaching. Like
There's only one way in. There's only one way in.
Okay. Who dares approach the den of the great Kyogre?
Who would you think?
Kyle is gonna back away from the door, get a little closer to Kyogre.
And waltzing on in their own little bubble is
Of course,
Hoopa.
Naturally.
Just floating on in.
Yep. Okay. I think this is where Kyle gets a little bit more aggressive and try to wake up Kyogre.
Roll for me in
backs up into Kyogre and just kind of gives a little bit of an elbow, a nudge, a prod to like the jaw of
just
like,
punch him
come
in the face.
on, hey, wake up.
Mr.
Whaleman, someone's intruding in your cave, and then someone's intruding on the intruder in your cave.
Go ahead and roll for me insight.
Ooh, wait a minute. Insight is beauty?
Yes.
That's still a 16. 17 minus 1. Let's go. It's something.
So Hoopa looks at you and is confused at how you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Nothing to
Don't worry
see
about it.
here.
I'm a waterbender. I just do this, okay?
Yeah. So funny story. This Goldine that was just chilling there used soak on me, and now I'm a water type. So
So
there.
try me, man. Hoopa looks at you with confusion as you're basically manipulating the water to surround everywhere except you. But shrugs it off.
And also, I am down here.
Also, you're down here, but Hoopa's not as surprised by that, as Hoopa goes on to explain. Well, I must say I'm surprised that you took this avenue, but I appreciate your assistance. Thank you for leading me to Kyogre.
Kyle, I think, is gonna start talking back, but also talk back with a slightly louder voice, in case.
How dare you think that this is a problem?
Yep, shouting directly into Kyogre's ears. Do whales have ears? I don't think whales have ears per se. I think they have like the same kind of bones that sense vibration, but just inside their heads. Yeah, that sounds right to me. I could be wrong.
Look, Whalelord doesn't have ears, and so that's the mathematics I'm going with.
Since a Whalelord doesn't have ears and Kyogre doesn't have ears, that means whales must not have ears.
Big brain.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah. So I think Kyle's response is just gonna be like, you do realize that there's no harmonica in sight here, right? And there's no way for you to get the harmonica.
Oh no, you're right. I don't need the harmonica. What I need is what's in your bag.
Kyle, continuing to stall for time, pulls out an apple. And it's just like,
you've done this before too, which is the funniest thing.
I know I've done this before, and I'm doing it again. Just pull out an apple. Like, you mean this thing?
Do you mean this apple? An apple, a delectable fruit, eatable by all people and Pokemon. Like, just full on over.
Yep. I mean, if you wanted a snack, you could have just asked. There's plenty to go around.
Don't play dumb with me, Kyle. You and I both know that the only secret in unlocking Kyogre's true power comes from that creature in your bag. I couldn't get it as an egg, but I will get it as a Pokemon.
One question, Mr. Hoopa, sir. You know this thing is sure, I might have a key to getting a harmonica, perchance. Do you remember how that's supposed to work?
Ooh, interesting. Are you trying to ask Hoopa the information to unlock this thing?
No. It's the clue. Let me pull up the thing so I can read it to you word for word.
Yeah, dust it off.
Because word for word, it says, show the ocean rival that the mythical child trusts you. And I'm just wondering if Hoopa knows the wording of that phrase. I'm just wondering if he knows, because last I checked, Manaphy trusts like 3 people.
Manaphy trusts like a couple of folks at most. And none of them are you. Yeah,
it's like Manaphy sees a Kyle, and Manaphy sees a big scary monster, and goes to the Kyle. Manaphy doesn't even trust Kyogre.
That's good. So with that roll,
I'm trying to do Hoopa a favor here, really. Like, let me get
my man. Look, you don't understand.
Kyle's not thinking or saying any of this, but like Hoopa's better off just like letting Kyle get the harmonica. Going back to the real time, doing their whole big battle there, and try to take it from him there.
Yeah, don't take it now. Take it later.
Don't take it now. Take it take it yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whenever you brought me from. Oh my goodness, we're back on using temporal words in the same connotation you would use like physical space.
To be fair, that was on a different show. That was on a different show. I don't think we've done that officially on this show.
We have Arc 4.
Well, before we were in the past and stuck in the past. Like, there's no
That's true.
yesterday
That's
is tomorrow
True. That's
type
true.
of situations.
No, yeah, this was more E-Clock stuff. You're right, but still.
Yeah, check out the Adorn Cast wherever you listen to podcasts. There's another show there. By the way, just saying, Hoopa turns to you and just stares at you with like, duh. Look, you and I both know that whoever has control of that creature has the ability to unlock Kyogre's powers. It is clear from that statement, Hoopa does not understand the entirety of that prophecy.
Yeah. Hoopa very clearly does it. I was like, I think I was gonna be like, wait, control? You think I can control this thing? It's a legendary.
I think since both of you guys know that Manaphy's in the bag at this point, Manaphy, who I think has sort of sussed that out as well, just yells from the bag, "Yeah, you're right." Like,
I have free will.
Yeah, basically. Manaphy just yells aloud, like, "Do!" Got him.
If anything, this thing controls me. With all the eating and the playing and the whining and the do compass thing, all that.
You feel a kick in your back. Look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Either you give me Manaphy now, and I let you go back to the past in one piece, or I take Manaphy from you and you go back to the past in multiple pieces, if at all.
Counter proposal. Why don't we let Kyogre decide?
You don't have the pieces to unlock Kyogre.
Do you?
That's for me to know and you to never find out. Now hand over Manaphy. Grr. Insert angry face here, etc.
Kyle is gonna shift his bubble directly over Kyogre, like directly like on top of Kyogre, and just be like, "Okay, you want to wake him up?"
Do I want to wake him up? That is a very good question. Let's roll for it.
You want to try this? For once in one of these interactions, Kyle has the leverage, and I am taking advantage. For once.
Huh. Well, I wasn't expecting this to happen today, but here we are.
Hoopa loses its mind. Hoopa says, "All right, fine," and sends a Dark Pulse directly into Kyogre.
No. Hoopa pulls out. Yeah, let's do this. Why not? Hoopa pulls out 2 stones in its hand.
Is one of them red and one of them blue?
One of them is red and one of them is blue.
Cool. All right. Do it. See what happens.
They are currently in 2 different hands, effectively. Hoopa's
going to use the wrong one.
Hoopa cups their hands together, almost like closing their hands. So suppose you're like holding it out like you're trying to beg for something, basically. 1 stone in each in palm, and then just closes the hand shut. And now it's like almost like a praying sort of hand motion.
Wait a second. I just realized how this could go horribly wrong. Hoopa could just sick Primal Kyogre on me right here, potentially.
So Hoopa closes both the hands.
Yep.
And now both of these stones that are stones, right? They're stony stones. Somehow they're pretty decent sized stones as well. Like you wouldn't be able to close your hands with them in your palms. Despite that, as Hoopa closes its hands, the stones almost seem to melt. And now in front, as Hoopa opens up their hands again, you see one circular disc that is half red, half blue.
A disc that's half red, half blue. This isn't something I'm familiar with.
Hoopa takes this disc and basically throws it at Kyogre.
Okay. Kyle's gonna move his bubble away from right on top of Kyogre, but you know.
You move out of the way. Kyogre gets hit with this disc basically on the forehead, and Kyogre wakes up.
Okay.
Looks around confused. Looks at you confused because like you're not even a water type. Looks at Hoopa. What? I need a good Kyogre voice. What would be a good Kyogre voice? Because all my voices sort of default to like, who dares, that sort of thing.
Kyogre wakes up. Kyogre, this giant blue whale wakes up, looks at Kyle, looks at Hoopa. Which one of you guys?
Well, whatever. They'll maybe be similar, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I have an idea about doing this. Why are you here? I'll try to not move my mouth at all and see if that works. Why are you here?
Addressing who?
Addressing Hoopa.
Okay.
Hoopa does not answer. Instead, opens its hand, and you see a yellow ring start to form.
Kyle reaches into his bag and puts on a mask.
Okay. Hoopa does not see you do this, so I'm going to let you put on the mask, basically.
And I now okay, I don't know how I was supposed to get down here. But this is the exact moment that I said would happen at the start of the episode of I'm gonna wish I had Tapu Fini. Like, that would make this so much easier. That would make this guaranteed. Now it's not so much so.
Hoopa turns to... Yeah. Hoopa turns to Kyogre and goes, I'm not exactly who you think I am, and throws the ring at Kyogre. Kyogre, stunned for a second, gets absorbed by the ring, and now, I roll. Let's take this one and this one. I'm just using all sorts of colored dice at this point. I got 2 different colored dice for my 10s and my 0s.
That's what you're supposed to do when you have a ton of different dice.
Yeah, but my perfectionist self wants to be like, no, they've got to be the same thing. All right, let's roll and see what happens.
And swing and a miss. Kyogre is unaffected, and Hoopa is in trouble. Right? Tell me that's what you rolled. Anirudh, you better tell me that's what you rolled.
A swing, line drive hit to center field. It is out of here. Get off my bat ball, or whatever the Cubs guy says. Cubs guy? The White Sox guy. That's it. I don't know this from YouTube videos.
A line drive home run? Are you kidding me?
Bang.
Center field didn't even have a chance?
Center field didn't have the chance. The first box didn't have a chance. This thing was clean cut.
Sad.
And Kyogre does not make another noise. It is standing there waiting.
It's for 2 episodes in a row. Everyone say it with me. He's standing there menacingly. All right.
I don't know if we timed that perfectly, but that was pretty darn close.
I think you were a little late.
We'll see. We'll see how the ending goes.
You can fix it in post. You can fix it.
I can. That's true. Hoopa turns to you now. Do we have a deal? Actually, wait. One thing I have a question about. Has Hoopa seen you with the mask?
You said Hoopa did not see me put the mask on.
Well, he's turned to you now, so he clearly sees you having the mask on your face, right? Has Hoopa seen this mask before? For some reason, I want to say yes, but I can't remember.
No, Hoopa has not seen this mask before.
Okay. In case he had, the same result. I'm not going to ask you.
Because okay, the times this mask has been used, Roselia, Hoopa was not there. I believe it was used on one other occasion, but that was not the occasion where we met Hoopa, right? It wasn't used up at the volcano.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I thought you attempted to use it on the volcano.
Used it to do what? To what end?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Like, I don't think I would have tried to use it with Hoopa right there. I might have tried to use it before Hoopa showed up, failed, and put it away.
Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really make a difference, because if it's happened before, I'm just reiterating it, and if it hasn't, you're learning new stuff. So here we go. Hoopa sees you with the mask on and looks terrified.
Yep.
No.
Kyle just looks at Hoopa and smiles. He's like, hey, buddy.
How did you get that?
And turns to Kyogre.
Cool. So we're gonna roll recruitment, I think.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do. And if this fails, well, I've got nothing else.
If this fails, well, L.
If this fails, that's the show. Campaign lost. All right.
I need your level.
You need my level? That's where things get interesting, because I'm trying to recruit a legendary Pokemon, and I am a level 28.
I need your rank, your Explorer rank.
Explorer rank, I believe, is normal? Or is it bronze?
Normal sounds right.
Levels.
It goes unranked, rookie, normal, bronze, silver, gold, platinum.
I don't think I've hit bronze. I think I'm normal.
Okay, normal, and then you have the mask. Do you have any other items in your bag that suggest boosted friendship or something in the equivalent lane?
Do I have any other items in my bag
They would say something
No.
similar to the Golden Mask, where it's like, boosted recruitment rate or something like that.
Any items of that nature? No. However, can I negotiate?
Depends on the negotiation.
There is a
I'm
really
willing
nice
to listen.
picture. There is a really great, really flattering picture of Kyogre in this book of myths.
That's not going to cut it.
Can that equal 1 water type recruitment bonus?
No, that will equal 1 slightly less damaged attack.
You know what? I'll take it. Pleasure doing business with you.
I'm going to subtract the damage by 1 if you show that image. But on the downside, the book will get destroyed, so it's your pick.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
All right.
What's the damage,
So
boss?
I need you to roll a D100. You must match or get lower than a 31.
I've got a 31% chance of not immediately being fried. Is what you're telling me. What if I told you? What if I told you? What if I told you that I rolled? What if I told you that I rolled? What if I told you that I rolled a 16?
Then you would be successful, but is that what you rolled?
On the 4th try. I rolled like a 63 or something like that.
Okay. The mask fizzles out. It kind of like literally pops off your head. Clearly doesn't work. Upa's terrified expression turns to laughter as you panic, I guess.
But what if I try to recruit Hoopa?
Do you want to?
I could try.
You can certainly try.
The mask fizzles, pops off my head. I simply reattach and turn the other way.
Go ahead and roll for Hoopa.
Another 31% chance?
Yes, but you're rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, I figured. All right, fair enough. But what if I told you that I rolled just straight up? That first roll was garbage. And that second roll actually passed. I rolled a 25 after I rolled a 90.
That won't cut it, unfortunately. So the mask fizzles and pops off your head.
Wait. But you said a 31% chance, and 90 is within 31 of 100, right? The roll was, I have to roll 69 or higher, right?
No, it's got to be lower. Either way, it would still fail because the second one failed.
Damn. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah, Kyogre, not exactly thrilled. Hoopa turns to laughter. You really think you can control us? We are gods. We are far more powerful than your pathetic mortal self. One thing that you notice, Hoopa does not sound as normal as Hoopa has in the past.
Does not sound as normal. How?
Voice is no longer that jokery type of voice. It's like, oh, that's absolutely thrilling. Now it's just like, it's more angry, which is not, Hoopa has been this entire time somewhat trickstery, jokestery.
Yeah,
no longer.
Hoopa has also gone off the edge.
Potentially. But you notice that as well. Hoopa is no longer like, oh, what a delightful opportunity. It's just, you failed.
Hoopa's no longer a fun villain.
Basically, yes.
Hoopa's out for blood.
Yeah, basically.
Kyle, last I checked, has a pulse. How are we getting out of this bind? I failed at recruitment. And Kyogre, how is Kyogre even successfully? I don't know. But because I'm wondering if I just hold up Manaphy in front of Kyogre, if Kyogre will snap out of it, or if Kyogre is fully under control. You know?
That's an option. You could try it. Just shove a Manaphy in Kyogre's face.
You know what? I've really got no better option. Kyle is gonna take Manaphy out of the bag, just look Manaphy in the eyes with a look that says, trust me, and then turn.
Oh boy. Manaphy's confused.
Manaphy is very confused. Manaphy should be terrified.
Hoopa is excited.
Manaphy is confused. Hoopa is excited. Kyogre is dazed. Does Manaphy trust me?
Does Manaphy trust you? Yeah, if I roll a die and a number shows up, the answer is yes.
Yeah,
What about
Manaphy
him?
is confused, but Manaphy trusts me. Now, wait a second. Hold on. Who am I showing Manaphy to? The ocean rival. What's Manaphy doing? Trusting me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Could you reread that specific one?
Show the ocean rival that the mythical child trusts you. Also, how much of a buff does the Aqua Monica give me in this situation?
I think it's plus 10. Is it 10% or 30%? I actually forget.
Is it one word?
Yes, I think it should be one word.
Why is it not showing up? How do you spell it?
Is there a dash in between it? That might be it.
Yep. Sorry, did you say 10%?
It's either 10 or 30. I forget.
It's 20. Those are rookie numbers. 10
it's
is
20,
rookie
yeah.
numbers. So that takes me to a 50-50 shot. If this thing just appears in front of my hand, I mask and I play this harmonica, and it's a 50-50 shot. If Kyogre isn't already snapped out of it, just by the mere presence of a child trusting.
Right. How do we play this?
I did the thing that the clue said.
You did do the thing that the clue said. Yeah, this isn't what I expected, but sure, why not? All right, bam. Hold up.
Wait. So what have I accomplished? What have I accomplished specifically?
You have physically shown to the ocean rival that a mythical child, probably we haven't seen many others, trusts you in the fact that I think it's cool with you showing it off to Hoopa, despite the fact that Hoopa's trying to kidnap it, and also it was in your backpack, and a couple of other extraneous circumstances.
Well, more so, Kyogre is clearly about to target me. Hoopa's about to target me. I said, hey, Manaphy, trust me, and threw it up as a meat shield, and it said, okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
If that is not trust, I don't know what is. Now,
okay.
specifically, what is this accomplished?
You feel the ocean start to shake.
Oh, ooh, bigger Kyogre? Big fish eat little fish?
As big Kyogre shows up. No, yeah, under the ground
Big
you
fish
see
eat little fish, and
you see a
Hoopa kind of looking like Krill right now.
you see a Gigantamax Kyogre show up out of nowhere. No.
Dude, if Gigantamax Kyogre existed, Gen 8 competitive just doesn't work.
You see
Kyogre was already
Kyogre.
enough of a menace. Dynamax Kyogre was already enough of a menace.
No. You see Gigantamaxed Primal Kyogre show up out of nowhere. They literally just said
Primal Kyogre isn't even legal in Gen 8.
That's how broken it is. Yeah, you just see like the stat bar for it is we just took it to the max for all of them, every single one. We broke it. Actually, we hard coded. We hard coded the number 1,000 for every single stat.
That's not at all terrifying.
That's not what happened, but that would be hilarious. Instead, the Earth ocean starts to shake as the rocks above you are quickly getting closer to being from above you to like lower and lower and lower, among other chaotic things.
Like the cave is closing?
The cave looks to be collapsing in on itself. I don't know what you did. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but the cave be closing in.
The cave be closing in. Is Kyogre moving?
Kyogre has not budged.
You know what? I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna shuffle next to Kyogre.
Interesting. Manaphy... What does Manaphy do here? Manaphy has seen rocks coming down. Kyle is moving next to Kyogre, holding you. Do you struggle? That's a no. Alright. Manaphy's cool with this. Rocks. Manaphy's cool.
Manaphy trusts me.
Look, Manaphy
Something
at this point
good's gotta come of this.
If Kyle screws us up, we're both down, so... Manaphy has done risk-reward analysis here.
What's Hoopa doing? Hoopa's also in this cave.
Hoopa's panicking. Hoopa's like, no, this is not how it was supposed to go.
And Kyogre just hasn't moved. Is Kyogre still Golden Circle forehead dazed?
No, the Golden Circle is now gone.
The Golden Circle is gone.
The Golden Circle is gone, but Kyogre has not moved.
Okay.
No. How do I can't let him.
I trust it.
Kyogre's not moving. You're not moving. Manaphy's not moving. Hoopa is panicking and then stops. Looks at you. You don't know where we are. Are you going to respond? I assume not.
Kyle, do I bluff? Do I bluff hard?
What do you mean where we are?
Well, because my options are either where do you think it's I have to ask it. Well, where would you say we are, or just simply smirk as if to be like, yeah, I know where we are, and I think Kyle is gonna go with the former. I think Kyle is a little blend of the two. I think Kyle is just gonna raise an eyebrow and just be like, "Do you know where we are?"
That's fine. That's fine. I don't need this now. And Hoopa starts like spinning its fingers around, creating almost like a black hole as rocks that are falling towards all of us, all of a sudden stop and then start flying upwards. And things start getting set back into place, and then you start moving backwards. Kyogre's got the yellow ring around its forehead. This is all going really, really fast now. The ring's on the forehead. The ring's no longer on the forehead. Your mask is in your face. The mask is now back in the bag. Manabee's out of the bag. Now Manabee's back in the bag. Hoopa's moving backward, goes out of the cave. Now you're standing there in front of Kyogre. Kyogre's asleep. You're moving out of the cave. You zoom back up. You go backwards, running across the ocean at the speed of sound, out of the elevator and everything like that, back onto the port, and then you're back in Steel Forge City. Still frozen in time, looking around confused, I presume.
I don't know how confused Kyle is, because I think somewhere in all of that, Kyle recognized this is everything that just happened backwards. Hoopa just threw up the white flag. Hoopa just forfeited it.
Basically.
I win. I don't have the Aqua Monica, sure. Hoopa has a little bit more information, sure. There's nothing Hoopa can do about it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, because this
I think Hoopa snaps everyone back, and Kyle Kyle could not look more smug if he tried. Kyle Kyle has the definition of an eating grin on his face and is just looking at Hoopa like, yeah, what? Your point. Now what? What are you gonna do?
Speaking as now you're back. You look to your left and to your right, and sure enough, it looks like you basically just reset right at the start. The doors are gone. The card that you used at this point is now evaporated, is no longer there, and going forward, Tapu Fini is no longer an option that we can get.
Okay.
But
Doran and Adam are there.
Sindoran and Adam are there, and they're there with a couple of extra things.
Interesting.
Huh? Let's talk about Sindoran, because Sindoran has more stuff with him. Sindoran has come back in a brand new outfit.
Okay.
The best way to describe it, Sindoran looks like Robin Hood. If Robin Hood had a cane, that'd be Sindoran right now. And he's got the same grin on his face that you do. He's just like, man. He's like, I had you. If you didn't have the ability to reverse time, oh boy.
All right, that's one.
And then you look at Adam. Adam doesn't look any different. The only thing he's holding, in his hand, is a white king.
A white. Interesting. So Sindoran and Adam both have canes.
No. Sorry. Sindoran has a cane. Adam has a king, like a chess piece.
Oh, like a ooh. Okay. This could be interesting.
And Adam, all he does is psychically, like he's let go of it psychically. It's not just floating in the air, and he doesn't have a grin on his face. He just psychically knocks it down, triumphant.
Okay, I didn't know whether he was knocking down, because in this analogy I didn't know whether Adam was playing with the white pieces or the black pieces. He's playing with the black pieces. All right,
he's playing with the black pieces. He's
all right, cool.
Yeah, he's the white king is away from him, and he just knocks it down.
Yep. Ooh, that felt good. That is satisfying. That was a very satisfying way for this all to go down. Yes.
And in fact, that is where we will end this episode.
Got him.
with a panicked Hoopa, 3 successful recruits who have each done their own tasks. And this is where the fun part comes in, because if you're listening to this live on Patreon right now, or listening to this on Patreon eventually, at least one of those 2 episodes is up on Patreon right now. It is not a main series campaign thing, but it's me just basically telling that story. Check that out wherever you listen to Patreon episodes, which is on Patreon. If you're a Patreon member,
Congratulations.
extra stuff. Bam, you got yourself free content. Not 1, but 2 episodes of 2 different people going on 2 different adventures at the same time that Kyle's out here trying to swim in the water. Anyway, that was the episode. How'd you think? What'd you think?
Question.
Dubs,
was this the point? Did it take us 2 episodes to get to the point you thought we'd get to in 1 episode?
Yes, but I also thought this episode would turn out differently. So I thought we would be halfway through this episode, give or take, at the end of the last episode. All
right, cool. All right. So I didn't completely ruin your pacing, and now you got to come up with something different for the rest of this arc. and now I got you. And the best part is what I love about all this. It's one of your own dice rolls that got you. It was the Manaphy roll. It was the Manaphy roll that got you.
Yep.
I got you with your own dice roll. Oh, that is so satisfying. Oh, I love this.
So look forward to that and the resolution of this thing and the next things. And for those of you at home that are listening to this right now, as you may or may not notice, this is episode number 21 of this arc. And you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, that's a lot of episodes for a Not a Scratch arc. Well, I have good news and bad news for you. The bad news is this arc is still continuing. The good news is it's almost done. In fact, we are a mere 4 episodes away from the end of this arc. Have we recorded it? Of course not. You think we plan ahead like that? Blasphemous. But we do know that will be the final episode of Arc 5. Please keep that clear.
Anirudh's gonna, I don't know how, for the people listening at home, I don't know how Anirudh is gonna pull this off. There's a reason. I don't know if you're gonna say the reason. There's a reason he wants it to be the last episode of the arc.
Yes, because according to my calculations, sorry, I interrupted you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
According to the calculations, assuming I did the math right, and frankly, you know what? It's my world. I can do whatever I want. Assuming that solo episodes are 1 episode and a few other random things in between, the final episode of this arc is officially canon episode number 100. Boom. Triple digits. Yo, hi.
And at the end of episode 25, and we're going to be recording episode 25, and we're going to be about 3 hours in, and Arnold's going to be like, we have to cut the episode here, but we haven't reached the resolution of the arc. Muhammad, I hate you. And that's how Arc 5 is going to end.
No, worst case scenario, Arc 5 ends with me just throwing something interesting your way. Either a new recruit or a legendary item, and just be like, look, man, just take it. There, ta-da, bam. End it, please! Put me out of my agony! But if you are not a member of our Discord, please do join, because among the many channels that we've got there, we've got a special channel where we're taking Q&A episodes, Q&A episode questions, obviously, and that'll be posted when we'll do the Q&A episode after the finale. We'll have more details later. If you're not a member of our Discord or don't have a Discord account and don't want to join, that's perfectly fine. You can tweet at NotAScratchCast with your own questions. I'll be saving them down and then responding to them later on when we do the Q&A episode, among a whole host of other things that are exciting as we get winding down Arc 5. Exciting. Anything else to add, Mohammed? I don't know, I just threw that announcement in there.
I was gonna say, you were doing a whole announcement in the outro, and I was like, oh, okay, take the wheel, please.
Words, phrases, etc.
Steer this ship home.
Thanks everyone for listening, supporting the show. Let's look forward to seeing what Hoopa does next time, which is panic for 75 minutes.
Yeah, Hoopa's just gonna hold Fat L. It's gonna be great. Join in on the party. We'll all laugh at Hoopa together.
Basically, thanks everyone for listening, watching, and supporting Not a Scratch in any way, shape, or form that you do. I don't know why I'm using both outros, because I combined them in the last one. I did the same thing this time, but you know how it is. I've been your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
And I've been Muhammad, winning.
And until next time, all you have to do is win, 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 no matter what. Anonymous.